Live from the TV Lanes Auditorium here at Channel 4, it's Saturday Night Wrestling.
Now, my mother, Yvonne Tompkins, is the daughter of Aubrey and Faye Tompkins and was born on May 20th, 1950. Now, my mother had a very modest and rough upbringing in Oak Hill, West Virginia, but grew to be a very nice young woman, and she ended up graduating from Collins High School in 1969. My father, Angel Acevedo, is the son of Gregory and Elisa Acevedo and was born on January 27th, 1941. And my father had a very modest and very tough upbringing in Puerto Rico, which he was born in Puerto Rico. But my dad became a pro boxer, and then later on my dad would turn to be a pro wrestler known as the Cuban Assassin, which he came to WOY Saturday Night Wrestling, and that's where he would meet my mom after a show at Skyline Drive-In in Hilltop, West Virginia.
Do you know who that is? That's the wrestlers from Saturday Night Wrestling.
Really?
That's the Cuban Assassin.
What?
coal miner's pizza and beer. Yeah. What's your name? I'm Angel. You're not predicting the future.
Really?
Yeah, you're going to become a murderer like 2 children. My dad created the Cuban assassin character when he was young because he looked a lot like Fidel Castro. And during that time, Robert Kennedy was assassinated. And so the news brought up John F. Kennedy's assassination and the connection of the Bay of the Pigs. So that's how my dad created the Cuban assassin character.
Hey, Angel! What are you doing after this?
I'm going to go to the Skyline Drive-In to have coal miner's pizza and beer.
Oh, is that any good?
There's a lot of meat on the pizza, but I'm not going for the pizza, I'm going for the girl.
Oh, you are building a fence.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, okay, I'll see you later.
Adios.
Okay.
All at once.
And their opponent from Havana, Cuba, weighing in 250 pounds, the Cuban Assassin. His partner from Moundsville, West Virginia, weighing in 235 pounds, Ronnie Easton.
They've got Walking Horse in the corner. They're working him over. He doesn't want to pin him. He wants to punish him. Body press, 1, 2, 3. That time he pinned him. That time he pinned him, and the first fall of this main event. Goes to the team of Ronnie Easton and the Cuban Assassin. Oh.
How can I help you, ma'am?
I'm here to see Angel,
Angel?
wrestler, Cuban assassin.
Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry to bother you, sir. The young lady here to see you. What's your name?
Bonnie.
Bonnie? Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Very welcome, sir. You're down the hall up the stairs to the 2nd floor. It'll be room 13.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Gorilla. Hey, Gorilla.
Don't worry about it. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
didn't know you were a gorilla lover. Over here, gorilla. Hey! Gorilla! Hey! Over here, gorilla. Hey, lady, I didn't know you were a gorilla lover. Hey, gorilla! Hey, gorilla!
After my mom and my dad met each other at Skyline Drive-In, I was born not too long later on September 13th, 1970. And about 9 months and 6 days later after I was born, my sister Cindy was born on June 19th, 1971. And we traveled around with my mom and dad to a lot of different places where my dad was wrestling. And my dad was also working side jobs, and my mom was working a couple jobs. Then in 1973, we moved to Canada where my dad was wrestling, and my sister and I just had a fun time together. As my dad was wrestling as the Cuban Assassin, his younger brother and my Uncle Popo was wrestling as Cyclone Acevedo in Puerto Rico. Now, my dad and his brother, my uncle, was supposed to be the original Cuban Assassins, but my uncle's wife wouldn't let him leave Puerto Rico. So the Black Panther stepped in and was a short time Cuban Assassin with my dad. Then later on, Frank Sieberstein and my dad would become the official Cuban Assassins and the one that's known today.
And Tyler is not only a very successful wrestler and bon vivant and raconteur bien connu, and etc., but he's also got a few proteges in what is becoming a stable. These Cuban Assassins have been a spectacular addition to the wrestling scene.
You know, Jack, I was here with you a couple of weeks ago. I think it might have been 3-4 weeks. I can't remember. And I was telling you about these guys. I found them in Cuba and everything. But ever since that, the people have been calling me and asking me so many questions about these guys. I wish those guys could talk English so they can answer their own phone, you know. But these two guys are in demand now all over the world. You can't keep them just here in Quebec, because I realize that now. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do. All the promoters everywhere in the world are asking for the Cuban Assassins. They're calling me. They want to know where I got them. Well, I explained that to you and the people before, so I don't want to go over that again. But one thing for sure is that look at these guys, the way they look. And I wouldn't tell the people that they're crazy, but they're a little wild, and they're hard to handle, I'll tell you that. A lot of times at night, I got to chain them to their beds when we go to nice hotels because, as you know, I always stay in nice places and, and so I take these guys with me, and a lot of times they don't want to let them in, so I got to tell them that I'm going to take care of those guys. But once I get them in the room, I got to tie them up to the bed with chains and stuff like that. It's unbelievable.
Well, now, their wrestling style is what makes them so popular. I've never seen anybody. They fly through the air like missiles,
Well,
Cuban missiles.
I'll tell you, Jack, they're great athletes. I know that you know a lot about wrestling. You've been around the wrestling professional sports for a long time, and you know about athletes, and you know that those guys are in tip-top shape. And the only thing is that it's hard to handle them. You never know what they're going to do. Right now, I'm just watching them because you never know what's going to happen with those guys.
They seem almost to be trained in the European tradition of being a gymnast as well as being pretty good wrestlers, too, and quite an attraction. Thank you, Tarzan, very much, and thank you, Cuban Assassins. Gracias.
Okay.
Gracias.
Who want to see and come down and get good box office results, because that's where a promoter is really at, right? He's interested in a lot of people coming down, so he's got to supply a good product in the Coliseum and the arena.
Got to pay those bills, like any business. And, of course, we've got a great match coming up. So stay with us. You're going to see the magnificent Zulu, and he is that, against Dick the Bulldog Brower on this hour.
Big dude. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And there's an example. The referee should have been a little tighter in that. If they're going to, another man's going to come in, it should be a legal tag.
He's got like a basic claw hold there.
Yeah, it's a nerve hold that digs deep in the side of the neck and into the trapezius area.
Yeah, that's smart. Right off the top. Rope. Now, right now, you don't like to watch this.
This
not great fond of memories here.
He's got a leg grapevine on and an arm bar, and doing a good job on that. And the body weight, I probably outweighed him by maybe 10, 15 pounds, but the way he's positioned on top, it's hard. You can tell I was doing my best to get out of it, and I'm not moving very far because he's got a good leg grapevine on me, good position. And this is an example where you can ride your man and wear him out. He's got to lift your body weight and his body weight too, right? So he's got a double workload there. Straight arm bar.
And now you've been in the ring a good 6 to 8 minutes.
Right. Good ring strategy, both assassins. A hard team to work against. Very hard team to wrestle.
Just a couple of weeks ago in the Winston-Salem Memorial Coliseum, taped highlights of the tag team championship battle between Nick DiCarlo, Johnny Powers, the current IWA tag team title holders, and the Cuban Assassins. We also want to make mention that IWA Wrestling will be returning to Winston-Salem May the 27th. That's a Friday night at 8:30 with an all-star lineup. I understand Zulu is returning, and Hez Watley, and Big Bad John, Brower, you'll be there, DiCarlo, Sohan, Danny Little Bear, who's a new wrestler to the area.
Right.
It's going to be a great program. May the 27th at 8:30. It's a Friday night. And again, you have not managed to get over, and I know you're trying to make that. Do you ever lose where you're at in the ring? Like, where is DiCarlo? Is he over here? Is he over there? My Lord, where is the man? I've got to make the tag. I'm tired and I'm hot. I need a break. I need to catch my breath. Do you ever lose exactly where you're at?
Your ring sense, sure. I think any wrestler says it doesn't is not telling like it is. If you're really positioned there and you concentrate on one thing, if you're concentrating on your opponent, you can't always keep aware of what else is going on outside the ring. But you try to as much as you can as quickly as you can, or you don't survive in that ring. Depending on your ability to keep it all together in a tag match, you've got to take advantage of every opening and every breather. That's what makes tag team matches exciting. They originated in Australia. The formal title is Australian Tag Team Wrestling. And there's just so much more action goes on in a tag match because you can tag off and get out of that and let a fresh man come out. Here's an example. Nick's all wrong. He's going to do a job of it. It's a fantastic move. Look at the slingshot into the corner bucket and building a new face there.
again.
Another example.
This is a fantastic
Good call.
move. Right over the top rope and out.
That should have been the match right there.
And another
Good form smash. Good shot.
Well, we got them both out. Here comes number 1 and number 2. I don't know their names either. Hard to tell them apart.
Suplex. Oh. Good setup for finishing.
He came back.
Short tackles. Side. We're going to side hip lock him, and their arms locked and they're over the top ropes. That's a freaky move. I've never seen it happen before in wrestling. An attempt at a side hip lock and almost a completion. That was the other assassin going to try to double team Nick on the floor. And
All
just
four
wasn't going to
wrestlers are
happen
out
as
of the
long as I
ring
could
now.
walk.
And the count is on from the referee, Mr. Dodson. And now it's all over.
I don't think any of us were aware,
Right.
except that one assassin was trying to get back in the ring there.
Right.
Aware of the timing that was going on there.
There was a count out.
In 1975, my dad and my mom decided to bring me and my sister Cindy back to West Virginia to stay with our grandmother. And my dad continued to travel around different places in his professional wrestling career. And we would never see our dad except for maybe 1 week out of a year. All this time, my dad's wrestling all around the world and making a name for himself in the world of professional wrestling. This is a sacrifice that my dad was making to try to become a pro wrestling superstar. Frank, remember to tell Valerie that we have to go to Japan and Hawaii. Okay?
So you're going to Japan, mate?
Yeah.
If you need a manager, think of me, mate.
Okay then.
Hello,
Hello, how you doing?
Angel?
Yeah, I'm up in Calgary. I flew up from Hawaii.
Calgary?
Yeah, I'm in Calgary. Frank, he quit.
He quit?
Yeah, he quit. Frank flew in Valerie to Hawaii and they want to stay there, so I flew to Calgary by myself.
When are you coming home?
Well, after Calgary, I have to go to the Maritimes for a meal and then to Japan. And then after Japan, I come home. It should be around October.
In October? I only get to see you 2 weeks out of a year.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but that's my job and that's what I have to do. But I promise I'll be home in October and I'll be there to see Richie and Cindy. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Who's that?
My children.
Have you told her about us yet?
No, not yet.
Why not?
I'm worried about Richie and Cindy.
Well, let me take your worries away.
Hey, how are you? You guys miss Daddy, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Daddy miss you. Guess what? Daddy got some candy for you. Here's some candy. Hey, go get your mother, okay? Huh? Richie, this is the jab, this is the upper hook, okay? Okay, now you try to hit me, okay? Richie, you're supposed to throw a putt. Oh, Richie. Oh, you got me. Richie, you got me good. Now, during this time period, my mom wasn't stupid. She knew my dad was fooling around on her. My mom started seeing this taxi driver named Donald J. Dempsey. And DJ would later on become my stepdad. But one day while my stepdad, DJ, was driving taxi in Oak Hill, my dad was suspecting my mom was fooling around on him, and my dad took a taxi to go and look for my mom, trying to see if she was cheating on him. Little did he know that the man she was cheating on him with was driving him around in the taxi, which is kind of funny. Okay, now, Daddy's gotta go, okay? I love you guys. And I'll call you guys when I get to Canada, okay? Okay, love you guys, all right? All right. I'll be back. I see you guys later. I remember when Mom and Dad had separated, and Mom was taking down these pictures with Dad and Frank with these tag team title belts, which were the Stampede Wrestling International Tag Team title belts. And I asked her what she was going to do with them. She said she was going to put them away, and I asked her if I could have them. So she gave them to me, and I hung them up in my bedroom wall, and I would look at these pictures for a long time, just daydreaming and imagining that I was my dad's tag team partner with these tag team belts. Little would I know that in the future I would become my dad's tag team partner. While my dad was still wrestling around the world and trying to make a name for himself in the sport of professional wrestling, my mom was raising my sister Cindy and myself, and she had to sacrifice to make ends meet and try to provide a home and a roof over our heads, because my dad wasn't sending that much money back home. So she did the best for my sister Cindy and myself to give us a good upbringing and try to make us happy and try to keep a family-like style with us. So my mom sacrificed a lot to help raise my sister and myself. Now, during this time, Mom would send us to church camp, and this time at church camp, I would have a Bigfoot encounter. You heard me right. I would have a Bigfoot encounter.
anything.
Hey, stop doing that.
I swear I'm not doing anything.
Let's just go to the restaurant.
I'm not.
Danny, stop trying to scare
I'm
me.
not.
Danny, stop trying to scare me.
I'm not doing anything. Bear!
Around 1988, I really got heavy and involved into working out and getting myself into a good physique. I got myself real good in shape and muscular and a good physique. And I tried to keep that, and that's how I kind of started off in pro wrestling, was getting this physique, and I was really proud of it because I worked really hard in the gym. It took me 6 days a week, 3 times a day, and different training methods and supplements to get a physique, and I was really proud of it. Then came one of the greatest accomplishments in my life, other than becoming a dad. The day I graduated on June 2nd, 1989 at Oak Hill High School.
Hey, Stella! I would now like to introduce you to the individual members of the class of 1989 as they receive their diplomas. Richie Acevedo. Michael Shane Alexander. David Arthur Allen. Congratulations to you, the graduating class at Oak Hill High School of 1989.
After I had graduated from Oak Hill High School, my dad would fly me up to Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada, and I would drive over to Shediac, New Brunswick, Canada, and Dad would train me to be a pro wrestler in Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling and put me under the mask known as the Super B, and that's how my pro wrestling career started.
Now, Richie, try not to be too nervous. Just go out there and relax. You'll do fine.
Okay.
Now, just remember, take your time.
Okay.
Richie, this is the real world. This is the big leagues. You're on your own, and I'm not gonna watch.
His Army, well known for their tactics in and outside of the ring. Already the Rampage has certainly stirred up fans in a number of centers. We have one unconfirmed report, and I'd like to get you to comment on it now, that members of the Army, including yourself, have been beating up on fans in the Maritimes.
Well, you know, the fans in their towns want to take part of the matches. Hey, listen, if they get into the ring, they're going to get a licking. We're not going to go looking for trouble, but we're not going to back down from trouble either. Hey, we're a strong team. The Army's strong, and it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And before the year's out, ask Leo Burke and the Beast and Big Stephen Pettipaw how strong the Army is.
Oh, stopping Paul Peller, mounting a strong attack here against Super B number 2. Super B number 2 is in there. And Peller seems to have some sort of chokehold. There's no question that's a choke, but Peller, as you have mentioned, Bob Brown, a crafty ring veteran, able to shield the choke away from the referee.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you the truth, when Paul Peller's on,
well, the action now outside the ring. Super B number 2 is down on the cement floor. Paul Peller has tagged with Butcher Vachon. Super B number 2 is back in. Vachon will try the suplex, and that really has to hurt, especially when it's applied by the likes of Butcher Vachon. Body slam.
Oh, my
now
goodness.
Vachon will climb the ropes.
This is it right now.
This could be it. This could be it. Vachon going skyward. Here he comes. No! Super B number 2 avoiding that collision. Here's the tag. Peller's also coming in. Off the ropes goes Paul Peller. Drop kick. And down goes Peller. Vachon in to interfere. And he is sent flying. Paul Peller. Off the ropes again. Super B number 1. Vachon in to interfere otherwise.
What an exciting match this has turned out to be. Now the Bees are on the offense now.
Small package. Here's the small package. Vachon again interfering.
The match is over again.
The match is over.
I thought the shoulder was up.
Hard to tell from this angle. Hard to tell from this angle, but the Super B.
Cuban, you're not going to believe this. Your son's a natural.
Yeah?
Yeah, he did great.
Okay, then.
Bet you got my ass kicked.
Huh?
Nothing. I'm gonna go shower.
Okay, then. Now, during this time period where I was green and learning the ropes of pro wrestling, I was scared to death, and I didn't know what to do. And Ron Starr gave me some advice one day, and this is the advice that he gave me.
Richie.
Yeah.
When you get out there, I want you to hit him in the gut as hard as you can.
Yeah, right.
I mean it, as hard as you can.
I can't do anything. He keeps whipping my ass.
If you don't do it, when you get back here, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Now, even though the advice Ron Starr gave me was very good and it helped me out, and I learned a lot from Ron Starr as he was one of my mentors, but another one of my mentors was the legendary Leo Burke, and I learned a lot of wrestling psychology 101 from Leo Burke himself.
Hot tag to me.
So I'm taking the heat.
You're taking the heat. Men, boom to boom to boom, head to head.
Head to head.
You take one, I take one, pull together, they kiss, one takes powder, the other one I get in the sleeper hold, referee checks his arm, match is over.
Alright.
Now, I would actually leave pro wrestling to join the United States Marine Corps because I thought it was a good career choice, but only be in a short time as I'd be kicked out of the United States Marine Corps, and I'd go back to the only thing I knew, which was pro wrestling. I would also keep side jobs as I was doing pro wrestling, and one of those jobs I would meet the woman who would be the future ex-wife and mother of my 2 kids.
this off for you?
Yeah.
All right, 75 cents. Didn't I see you at the wrestling show Sunday?
My sister's seeing a guy named Lynn. He's a big fan. He goes every Sunday.
I thought I saw you talking with Taunton.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing each other.
He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Glad you met me. Here's the key to the trailer. I'm scared too.
After Frank would quit wrestling, then Jack Kruger would step in, and he and my dad would become the Cuban Assassins. In 1988, Champagne Jerry Moore would team with my dad to create the Cuban Commandos. After my dad teamed up with Jerry Moore as the Cuban Commandos, my dad would retire in pro wrestling in 1993. But he would come out of retirement in 1999 to team up with a new young up-and-comer, his own son, me. So I would come up and I would become my dad's new tag team partner, and we would revise a whole new Cuban Assassins era as father and son Cuban Assassins. And we did this in the 1999 Legends Tour for Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling for Emile Dupree in the Maritimes. And I'm going to tell you, I was very proud and honored to be my dad's tag team partner. It was a childhood dream of mine. So I basically replaced Jerry Morrow, and we reformed the Cuban Assassins. I'll be doing the play-by-play caller commentary on this matchup, which is my dad and myself, the Cuban Assassins, going against John Kurgan, Robert Maé, who is, at this time, he was under contract with the WWF, the World Wrestling Federation, but he got like a week or so off to come home, and they allowed him to wrestle on the 1999 Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling Legends Tour. And this match is in Cocan Arena in Cocan, New Brunswick, Canada, up in the Maritimes. Referee of this match is the late Frank Parker. And a wonderful crowd in attendance here. This is from my personal video home library collection of a lot of my and my dad's wrestling matches. And my dad came out of retirement just to be my tag team partner. My dad had retired in 1993 and came out of retirement here in 1999 just so he can tag with me, and we do the father and son tag team of the Cuban Assassins, which was my childhood dream, and I'm living my childhood dream right now. As far as I'm concerned, this is the highest point in my professional wrestling career as far as the wrestling business goes. And right now, Dad and I are getting out of the ring there, and now we're back in the ring. My dad goes for one of Kurgan's leg there, looks like his left leg, and he shoves Dad off. I come out and I grab his left leg where Dad had his right leg. Now I'm grabbing his left leg, and he shoves me off, and now I powder outside the ring, and I'm with Dad as well. And the official Frank Parker is starting the standard 10 count. Even though this is a 2-on-1 handicap match, Dad got to wrestle Andre the Giant. So this is my kind of Andre the Giant moment where we're wrestling Giant Kurgan. The official Frank Parker is doing the regular count, and I'm sitting here complaining about some hair pulling, but there was no hair pulling there. He just shoves us off with his knee. My dad is in the ring now because he's the legal man that's in the ring legally. Even though it's 2-on-1, it's a tag team on our part under tag team rules. And my dad's giving me an idea of what he's going to do here. And it was nice, because I become real good friends with Kurgan. And Kurgan would become a big movie star later on. You see him in the movie 300 as one of the Immortal Giants, and see him in Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. And You see him in Pacific Rim, The Big Bang with Antonio Banderas. Now, Dad's got his left arm in a wrist lock, and I got his right arm now. And then Kurgan just slings us both together. We go head to head, and we're both knocked down. I'm slowly getting to my feet, going to the corner. Kurgan picks me up, Irish whip out of the corner into the corner. He picks up Dad, takes Dad, Irish whip out of the corner, and throws him into the corner. And then Kurgan comes charging in and does what's called a train on us. And then Dad, here, he's wobbling, he's slowly kind of moving out of my way here slightly, and then I kind of walk out, and then Kurgan grabs me by the throat here, and he's asking the fans, should he choke slam me? And Dad pulls out that international foreign object and hits Kurgan right in his left knee. I'm sitting there holding my throat, complaining to the official, Frank Parker, while Dad's hitting Kurgan in his left knee and getting him down to one knee there. And I give a big boot to the knee there onto Kurgan. And Dad's using the foreign object still and trying to distract the official, Frank Parker. And Frank Parker's making sure I have the tag rope, which I do. And then I'm sitting there complaining to Frank Parker. And then my dad gives me a signal to come in. I come in. I give a big stomp to Kurgan, and a big old closed fist punch to Kurgan. And Frank Parker's pushing me back, telling me to get out of the ring, while Dad's using an international foreign object on Kurgan right there. And I would wrestle Kurgan again. One-on-one matches over for Stampede Wrestling later on. But it was nice to meet Kurgan, you know, and to be able to wrestle with him and having my dad with me. See my dad using that international foreign object on Giant Kurgan there. And he's got Kurgan down on all fours, and Kurgan's just sitting down now. And now I'm coming in again, and the official Frank Parker's telling me I need to get out of the ring. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, he's a giant man. And he's doing the count to get me out of the ring. I'm trying to distract him so my dad can take advantage. Now, my dad goes for a cover here. On the count of two, throws Dad off. I go and cover him on the count of two, and he almost throws me through the ring there. Now we're both covering Kurgan. And on the count of two, he kicks both of us out. Kurgan's a very strong man. He doesn't even know his own strength. And he used to be a bouncer in a bar, nightclub up there in Canada. Dad gives him a clothesline, staggers him. I give him a clothesline, about knock him to the rope there, and I about knock myself down. We double clothesline Kurgan. He goes over the top rope, and he lands on his feet. And we're both celebrating a little prematurely here. Kurgan comes up, steps over the top rope like Andre the Giant, and he's just waiting for us to turn around. Double clothesline both of us right there. And the fans are going crazy right now. Kurgan picks up Dad here. Scoop slams Dad, slams him down to the mat. Scoop slams me down to the mat. He's picking up Dad, Irish whip off the ropes. Gives Dad a big boot to the face there, knocks him down. Irish whip off the ropes on me, big boot to my face, and knocks me down as well. And the fans are going crazy for Kurgan here. And Kurgan grabs Dad, he's getting ready to give him a choke slam, and I'm not going to have any of that. So I'm slowly climbing up to the top turnbuckle here, and the fans are trying to warn Kurgan. I come off, he turns around, he catches me, got me by the throat, gives Dad a big boot to the face. Dad goes to the ropes onto the floor, he picks me up, he choke slams me right there. And now he's getting approval from the fans and letting them know it's over, it's finished. And then Kurgan picks me up as I'm struggling to get up. He picks me up and he gets me in what's called the Kurgan shuffle, and he slams me down, covers me, 1, 2, 3. And the winner of this match is John Kurgan's 2-on-1 handicap match. Kurgan beats me and my dad, the Cuban Assassins. I hope you enjoyed this match.
What's wrong?
I'm pregnant.
You're gonna keep it?
Yes.
Well, don't worry. I'm gonna do whatever I can. Everything's gonna be okay.
Not long after April and I had met, we had gotten together and started seeing each other. And wasn't too much longer that our son, Quentin Acevedo, was born on August 28th of 2000. Then on April 12th of 2001, April and I had gotten married at my church in Scarborough, West Virginia. And then around June 17th of 2003, we had our daughter, Madison Acevedo. And all of a sudden, we just happened to have a nice little family. It was just me, April, Quentin, and Madison. And I had my family, and I was happy. I was wrestling and working, and I had my family. And I also knew that my mom, she just adored Quentin and Madison. She loved them to death. She always loved her grandchildren, including my nephew, Anthony. And we just happened to have a nice little family. But I took a couple of tours in Canada and Puerto Rico. And when I got back from one tour in Canada, everything seemed to start falling apart. Fans, we are here with another edition of Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling. If you missed it right now, the tag came on to Rene Dupree, and the tag went to Chad Dick. This is the Chad Dick and the Cuban Assassin against Rene and Jeff Dupree. As you see, Rene Dupree just took up for a spine buster on Chad Dick. Right now he's doing the ever-known popular French tickler here, fist to the head. He goes for the cover. The Cuban Assassin pulls Rene Dupree off of Chad Dick. Now Jeff Dupree's up to his feet, going after the Cuban Assassin, taking into one corner as Chad Dick's taking Rene Dupree to the other corner as we come to you from St. George, New Brunswick, here for the Atlantic Grand Prix Wrestling. Oh, the double Irish whip out of the separate corners, and they reversed it. The Dupree brothers reversed it and put Chad Dick into the Cuban Assassin, knocking him out of the ring. Jeff Dupree's coming outside the ring, going after the Cuban Assassin. Rene Dupree tries to pick up Chad Dick for a powerbomb, but Chad Dick gets him with a low blow. The referee did not see it. He stopped Jeff Dupree from getting into the ring. The Cuban Assassin's handed a chair to Chad Dick. The Cuban Assassin is picking up Rene Dupree. He almost slits by picking him up. Looks like Chad Dick's a little wobbly with that chair on that second rope. He comes off. Rene Dupree moves. He hits the Cuban Assassin. Drop kick by Rene Dupree onto the chair to Chad Dick. Knocks him out of the ring. And the match is over. The Dupree brothers win the
You pulled a muscle. You split your head open. I'm over here worrying about you, and if you don't come home soon, I'm gonna find a new boyfriend.
I love you. We're gonna be home soon. Right?
Small children and 85 children required specialists in
Now, my wife was at the airport, but she had left because my plane was turned around. I had to come back the next day. I tried to get hold of my wife, but she never came to the airport, and I had to find another way home. And that's the price you pay to be a professional wrestler, the sacrifice away from your family. When your wife and your kids are begging you not to leave and you're trying to go pursue a dream and try to make something of yourself in the sport of professional wrestling. But that's the sacrifice that we make when we become pro wrestlers. But things did look up. My dad did come in to see my sister Cindy and myself, as well as my dad got to meet my son Quentin and my daughter Madison and my sister's son Anthony. My dad also stopped by to see the old host of Saturday Night Wrestling, Shirley Love, before Shirley had passed away. And then later on, my son would become a pro wrestler, and he and I would try to reform the Cuban Assassins, as well as my nephew also wrestled. And together, me, my nephew, and my son were the Cuban Dynasty. And then later on, I would get involved in the movies and start acting, such as in films of Wrestle Massacre, and I would get involved in my own indie film work and do films such as The Mountaineer, as well as I would do other films such as Boxer vs. Wrestler, and I would do other film projects such as Was Once a Hero, and I acted for a while and continue to act and make indie films to this day. Just think, all this started from when my dad was booked for WOI TV4 Saturday Night Wrestling, hosted by Shirley Love. But sadly, my mom had passed away on December 8th of 2023, and she was my main support and backed me up even if she didn't agree with me doing pro wrestling. And I got to have my last match on November 7th of 2024 with my good friend Joe Brody. So things did look up at the end.
Match, and I'm just as shocked and surprised as everybody right here in the Mountain State Sportatorium, because he's going to go one-on-one with Joe Brody. Hey, and Denny B, this thing's underway. No, I don't think Joe Brody hammering away. This man's been out of the ring for 10 years. 10 years. Oh, bell sounds, finally. Joe Brody is a house of fire. Oh, big thundering right hand. Haymakers. Cuban assassin. Big Irish whip and a clothesline. Joe Brody is on fire. Cuban assassin last match. Hey, he has one hell of a last opponent. Oh, big leg drop, and Joe Brody almost put the Cuban assassin away. I didn't expect Joe Brody to come out at all. And none of these fans here in the Mountain State Sportatorium here. Oh man, big black elbow. Oh, and it's been about 10 years since Joe Brody has had a match. He looks better than ever before. I'm sure Tina Lou isn't happy about this. But you know what? Tell you what, I've been an opponent of the Cuban assassin. I've been a partner of the Cuban assassin. But if you don't like each other, oh look, doing cheating up right there. Referee Rob Smith don't see it. But it's my opinion, I dislike Cuban assassin. It's sad to see you go, Timothy. You know, wrestling last 6 years, found out how crap they are. That is right. You did have your debut right here on Championship Wrestling against the Cuban Assassin last week. You got the big W. These two veterans in the ring, they like to call themselves good old veterans. I like to call them legends, because these men right here, over 30 years apiece in the ring. I'm telling you, oh, and the Cuban assassin is the oldest street in the book. One last time, and Joe Brody fighting from underneath with some shots from the red back. Look, he's got him again with the spike. Oh, and he goes for the double axe handle. The Cuban moves out the way. Shot to the bread basket by the Cuban assassin. Right hand. Another big right hand. This is a barn burner. Never count Joe Brody or the Cuban assassin. I tell you what, regardless of the outcome of this match, I would never in a million years thought that these men, their age still didn't go the way they go. Joe Brody was big haymakers to the dome assassin. Going up. He's up there. He's going for 10. 10 big ones for Joe Brody. The original ace. Oh. That's I'm 35 years. That's over 70 years of experience in that ring right now, but never had a chance to happen. They have never been in that. They've had battles. They have never won one-on-one. 35 And you talk about the Scotty, you talk about the great wrestlers of the great state of West Virginia. You got to mention both of these men right here. Both of these legends. These legends here in the mountain putting on the flash. About 7. Joe Brody. I'm telling you, man. It's been a while, but I'm telling you, he's looking better than I've ever seen him. One thing about Joe Brody, and him and his brother Mark both, God rest his soul, you don't have to put your hands on him a ring. Both of these men will ring. Two devil dogs slugging it out. Oh, yeah, that's 8 weeks. Two devil dogs slugging it out. Simplified style. He dropped down. Cuban assassin. Oh! Double noggin knocker, and both men are down. Right now. Nina Lewis is not happy. Hear those Joe chants. The original ace, Joe Brody. The Cuban assassin. Both men slowly but surely get back up to their feet. Cuban assassin. Oh, Cuban assassin. Oh, and he calls it. Joe Brody made it to his feet. Joe Brody, the winner of the match. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was a barn burner. Now, uh-oh.
No. Come here. He didn't kill me. Ain't some man. What was that?
I said, no, it's not over. It's not over. Tom Smith. He basically saying anything. Joe Brody wins the match. Wins Cuban Assassin last match.
I'll tell you, I do respect you. You got more cojones than these guys today. I'll shake your hand.